Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Upstairs podcast, the show where we're going to dive into the mind of young, talented athletes and the mental game they engage in daily. My name's Nick, and as my son's former youth baseball coach who preached winning the mental game upstairs before winning the physical game on the field, I always wondered what good or bad things I was doing for my kid. Was I being too demanding? Was I pushing him too far mentally? Did he think my expectations were out of reach? And was this game even fun for him anymore? So on the show, we're going to interview these kids and learn about them firsthand. We will hear and explore those untold stories and shine a light on those things they may not always share with their parents or coaches. I'm going to try to uncover what truly drives them. We all know that teenagers and kids are kind of hard to break through with, so I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to uncover what drives them, what fears or dreams fuel them mentally to keep going, and what their parents do or don't do that can ultimately help them win the game upstairs. A little bit about me is, like I said, I was my son's youth baseball coach. In the beginning, I had this mentality where he needed to be perfect, and he needed to train, and he needed to go to personal training and batting and pitching and everything that I could to spend money and keep him busy. And what ended up happening is I believe that I drove my son away from the game. Um, it required me to take a step back, um, kind of go through what I went through when I was his age and I was a kid, where I had a dad who was tough, the old school. You go out and you practice, and nothing's ever perfect. You can't be perfect. You could have a good game, but you still sucked, or things like that. Um, and I realized that I was doing that to my son, and I had to change myself if I wanted to be not only his coach, but to be a good supporting figure for his road, his journey. Um, I ended up preaching mental health as he got older, and winning that game upstairs. Having a good base for yourself and being on the field and not worrying about my parents going to tell me this. My parents are going to be upset if I make this error or if I don't get a hit. They should be in the batter's box or on the field or on the mat, on the court, thinking about the game. Not having to worry about what they're going to hear or not hear from their parents or the people that they look up to, even their coaches. So we're going to dive into those things. Um, our first guest is going to be my son. Like I said, I know he fell out of love with the game, but now he's 15, going to be 16 soon, in his sophomore season as a starting varsity baseball player. He luckily, it wasn't too late for me to realize what I had done to him, and he's making good strides now. He's opened up to me a lot, and I've opened up to him a lot. I've done a lot of apologizing, but we're gonna go on here. He's agreed to be honest and tell, his stories and kind of what he went through when I was acting the way that I was acting, or trying to coach him the way that I felt was the right way back then. And kind of the purpose of the show is to hopefully interview some more kids, some parents, hopefully, um, of all ages, starting kind of at the high school level, to help other kids and other parents and other coaches kind of realize uh, how important it is. I'm not going to be on here and saying that I'm some type of mental health expert. Just going off of my own personal experience and what I had to realize with him, and kind of the things that we've discussed and agreed upon as a father son coach kind of relationship. And that's what I want this podcast to do. I want it to be a community where we could all learn from each other, because that's the main goal, is to make ourselves better. So if you know anybody, or you are watching this and you want to be a part of the show, or get interviewed, um, go ahead and email me. The email will be down in the description. Uh, Send me an email. Let me know kind of what your background is. If you're a parent, if you're a student athlete, college, kind of what level you're playing at, and I'll go ahead and respond as quick as I can. Just want to thank you guys for joining me and being a part of this journey. I appreciate you guys, and thanks a lot.